whatsoever from anybody.
I think Andy's a bit of a legend. I just saw Andy in the town. I saw this, the We Are Humans volunteering group, and just stopped and spoke to them, and that was it.
Cinematography was absolutely gorgeous, and I loved learning about the organization, the We Are Humans organization, and what they stood for, and the impact that they were having on the community, and building this, and that's what it's all about. It's about us helping each other. So this was really inspiring. It was beautiful and it was inspiring, and I am so glad that the filmmakers made this because I enjoyed watching it. I loved listening to the interviews and learning about the creator of the We Are Human organization and all of the volunteers who are coming in.
It's a good look at homelessness as a worldwide issue, and one, it humanized this. And I think using the title of survival and, you know, just saying like, we're trying to make a community, we're trying to survive, is a way that I think people experiencing homelessness aren't commonly viewed. I think there's such a stigma around it, especially within the United States, as to, oh, this person has done something really wrong and that's why they're living on the street. But it says in this piece, like, they're getting priced out of living a normal life. And I think that's really important to take into account and really important to highlight, especially as, you know, we're going into a recession. Like, this is something very real for a lot of people. And I think this piece does a really good job of doing that. I really want to highlight the way that you humanize these stories and get an in-depth look at these individuals and just, you know, show the community with those who are in this situation. I think it's really humanizing, and it's just really well done.
A lot of great camera shots. I noticed there was a lot of shots on people's hands and the things that were being done, which I think was really cool. I liked that a lot. And I liked all the interviews, just the camera work in general, and the interviews and this, you know, the pacing and placement of everything I thought was really good. And the timing and the pace was all great. I like how he said, I'm here to build a community. It's just very, very sad, of course. I think the homelessness across the world. I didn't realize how many people were homeless in England. I'd be curious to see how that compares with everywhere. But I like there was a couple of lines I wrote down. One was, what impressed me is the way people came together or come together as a community. And the other one was, we've been priced out of normality, which I feel like is happening in a lot of places right now. Things just keep going up, but the wages not necessarily match. Or I feel like it's always like, if something else goes up, the wages just kind of meet it and you can never get ahead.
The big message here is that we need to is that man comes together to help those in need. And that we should all take this as inspiration, perhaps value the life we have and not take things for granted. COVID permanently changed our world, and crises are about survival. Everything is about survival. We get to explore that in this video and see the many ways to help those in need, our brothers and sisters in community. The camera quality was good. The sounds were good. I especially like hearing the sounds of the wave throughout the end of the video.
They mentioned that in times of crisis, like, these people tend to introvert into themselves and not notice other people and other people's struggles. They tend to be super self-interested. And so documentaries like this help us to reach out beyond ourselves. And I think that's really important to see. I loved seeing the community that is formed by We Are Humans, and how they focus so much on building communities, forming these task forces, people coming together to help others is really beautiful. And um, you know, working to destroy the stigma around homelessness and houseless people, and make people realize that, we are all humans. We all require the same things. We all dream for the same things. And it's important to help those who are down on their luck, especially in times like these.
It shows the inflation rates and what it's doing to this community. Kind of gives a glimpse of what's going on in the world, because sometimes we think inflation's only hitting our area. But this shows the struggle people are doing, how they're struggling to survive. And that it's taking these good Samaritans to help others, even though if they don't know how they're going to do it from year to year, they're still wondering how they're going to do this. And like the guy says, the last quote is that he thinks it's going to get worse. And it very well might. It's possible the whole world's headed for a Great Depression. With everything, because of how high things are going, it's eventually going to crash. But this shows that they are still trying to help those who can't afford to eat. The statistics at the end were well researched, where it shows that they're rising in homelessness and hunger and everything else, and in poverty rates. It's really a harrowing look at what's happening in the United Kingdom right now.